My name is Roger, 34 years old, raised in a small town by parents who believed in hard work, early mornings, and speaking only when necessary. Those values stuck with me throughout my life. I focused on my work, kept out of trouble, and didn't ask for much, just a quiet, stable life and someone to share it with. I worked in IT security for a logistics company. It wasn't a glamorous job, but it paid the bills and gave me peace of mind. Then Stephanie came into my life. We met at a work event I hadn't even planned on attending. She was everything I wasn't: bold, confident, the kind of woman who commanded attention when she walked into a room. She had a way of making people listen, as if she belonged in the spotlight. And somehow she noticed me. Our first conversation felt effortless, and we quickly became inseparable. Before long, we were spending more time together: dinners, late-night drives, quiet movie nights. She brought excitement into my world, and I believed I gave her balance. She made me feel like I was enough, just as I was. Looking back, I realized I probably needed to believe that more than she actually meant it. Things moved quickly. Within 6 months, we were living together, and a year later, I proposed. Stephanie worked as a lifestyle consultant, helping people refine their image and build their personal brands. I never quite understood the full extent of her job, but she was good at it. She knew how to sell an idea, especially the idea of us. At first, her energy was exhilarating, but over time, it started to weigh on me. Little comments began to chip away at my confidence. She'd tease me about my wardrobe, roll her eyes when I talked about my job, or laugh and say, if I hear the word firewall one more time, I might lose it. She brushed it off as a joke, but it didn't feel funny. Still, I told myself I was overreacting. She was just blunt, stylish, and direct. Maybe I was too sensitive. When wedding planning started, she took the reins. Designer dress, high-end venue, expensive photography. I didn't complain. I picked up extra work, skipped vacations, anything to make sure she had the wedding she wanted. Because that's what love is, right? You give, you sacrifice, you try to be what they need. It didn't occur to me that I was the only one doing that. Then everything unraveled. It was a Tuesday, just another routine day of emails and meetings. I finished early and decided to surprise Stephanie. She'd been stressed about the wedding, so I picked up her favorite Thai food on the way home. I didn't text her. I wanted it to be a small, thoughtful gesture. But when I stepped into our apartment, something felt off. It was too quiet. No music, no TV, just silence. Then I heard her voice in the bedroom, light and playful. I hesitated in the hallway, a sinking feeling in my stomach telling me to stay still. I heard a man's voice. Calm, familiar. So we're still on for Thursday? Of course, she replied. He's working late. I have the place to myself. My grip on the food container began to slip. I stood frozen, my stomach sinking. I wanted to believe I was misunderstanding, that maybe she was joking. Maybe it was about someone else. But she kept talking. I mean, I love Roger, kind of. He's reliable, you know? But God, he's so dull. I have to force myself to act interested when he talks about his stupid work stuff. Mark chuckled, like this was a conversation they had before. And then she said, and the wedding, oh, it's happening. You think I'm wasting that venue deposit? I want the pictures. I've spent months planning this. I can figure things out later. Something inside me broke. It wasn't just a cheating. It was how easily she said it, like I was nothing more than a temporary fix. A stepping stone until she figured out what came next. I didn't storm in. I didn't yell. I didn't even let them know I was there. Instead, with shaking hands, I pulled out my phone and started recording. She kept talking, laughing about a hotel suite, expensive wine, and a perfect night, all paid for by me. The way she said it, like I was a fool, like it was all just a game. I let it record a little longer before slipping my phone back into my pocket and quietly walking out the door. By the time I made it to my car, the bag of food was still in my hand. I sat in the driver's seat, staring at the dashboard, unable to move. I must have sat there for an hour trying to process how everything I thought was real had just evaporated. The windows were up, no music, no calls, just silence. That was the moment everything shifted. Not later, not in the middle of an argument, but right there in my car with dinner in my hands for someone who had just admitted she was using me. I didn't confront her immediately. I knew if I spoke too soon, she would twist the narrative, turn it into something else, cry, deflect, somehow make me the villain. But I didn't want just another fight. I wanted the truth to hit where it would hurt, so I stayed quiet. If I was going to end this, I needed time, space, and a plan. The next few days felt unbearable. I went to work, came home, kissed her on the cheek like nothing had changed, all while feeling like I was falling apart inside. Every glance, every embrace, every word between us, it felt like a carefully rehearsed performance. Meanwhile, I was gathering everything, recordings, phone logs, even cross-checking her calendar. The nights she met up with Mark were more than just Thursdays. I told my friend Kevin about it, someone who'd been through something similar. His words stuck with me. You don't owe her silence. That's when the idea came to me. Stephanie had planned an elaborate engagement party, a high-end event at a rooftop lounge complete with a photographer, catering, and lights. To her, it was more than a celebration. It was a chance to craft another perfect moment for social media. She had even captioned one of our photos, calling it the next phase of our love story. At the time, I hadn't said much. I let her plan it, but now that event was going to serve a different purpose. She thought it would be her moment to shine. Instead, it would be my stage. I arrived late on purpose. By then, she was already circulating to the crowd, laughing, sipping wine, looking effortlessly elegant in a black dress and red lipstick. The room buzzed with music and conversation, until I walked in. Unlike everyone else, I wasn't in formal attire. I wore jeans and a simple t-shirt with "Trust is earned" across the chest. Her smile faltered when she saw me. "Roger, what are you wearing? Are you okay?" I stepped up to the mic near the DJ booth, tapped it twice, and let my voice carry over the speakers. "Hey everyone, sorry to interrupt. I just want to say a few words about the woman I was supposed to marry." The atmosphere shifted immediately. She stiffened, glancing at her mother, who had just lifted her glass for a toast. "Stephanie is smart, driven, and beautiful," I continued, "and she's also been seeing someone named Mark behind my back for months." A murmur spread through the crowd. I held up my phone, pressed play, and let her own words spill into the room. "I still can't forget our last night. The hotel suite, the wine, the view. It was perfect, and Roger paid for it all." The impact was immediate. Gasps, stunned silence, someone setting a glass down too hard. Stephanie rushed toward me, panic in her eyes. "Roger, turn it off. What the hell are you doing?" I remained steady. "I'm doing what you didn't. I'm telling the truth." Then I turned to the guests. "There's no wedding, no engagement, no more lies. Thank you for coming. I'm sorry you had to find out this way." And with that, I left. In the days that followed, my phone exploded with calls and messages from her. At first, she pleaded, long texts filled with excuses, saying I had misunderstood, that it wasn't what it sounded like. She insisted nothing had happened with Mark, and that wedding stress had made her say things she didn't mean. Then came the guilt tripping. I was just joking. Don't you know me better than that? When I didn't respond, her tone shifted. Voicemails became angry, frantic. "You humiliated me in front of everyone. You ruined my life. You're petty and cruel. You didn't have to do it like that." The shift from apology to blame happened so quickly it left me dizzy. I blocked her number, changed the locks, updated every password, anything she might have access to. I wasn't giving her another inch of my life back. The fallout hit her hard. Her carefully built image cracked. Clients pulled out. And even her business partner reached out to me with a simple message. "You did what a lot of people wish they could do. You exposed who she really is." Even her own sister admitted, "I always thought something was off. I'm sorry you had to find out this way. I didn't do it for revenge. I did it because I needed the truth to matter." I had spent months feeling small, like I had to prove I deserved to be by her side. That night, I took my power back. And for the first time, she had to face the consequences. Without edits, without filters, without an adoring audience to applaud her. Just silence. It's been 6 months. Do I miss her? Not really. Maybe I miss the idea of her, the version I thought was real. But the truth is, I love the illusion of us more than the person she actually was. I heard she tried to make it work with Mark, but it didn't last. Word is, he bailed after a few weeks. Commitment wasn't really his thing. No surprises there. As for me, I sleep better now. I laugh more. I don't second-guess my worth when I talk about my job or pull up in my old Civic. I'm not looking to date anytime soon. Mostly, I'm rebuilding trust in myself. If I've learned anything from all of this, it's this: pay attention to the quiet moments when something feels off. Listen to what someone says about you when they think you're not listening. Because love isn't just about grand gestures, fancy dinners, or curated Instagram moments. It's about respect.